Thank you. 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 Gecko, the old school gamer, presenting One and Done. WWE Smackdown versus Raw. Oh, yeah. Man, I've been playing wrestling games since WWF WrestleMania challenge. Now, this game here is the second WrestleMania game, or second WWF game to be on the Nintendo. And I had the first one, which I'm going to get eventually. It was worse than this one. Now, this is probably my favorite WWF game on the Nintendo. Okay? It still wasn't that great of a game. Great game on Nintendo, wrestling-wise, is Tecmo World Wrestling. That thing fucking kicks ass. And a huge guilty pleasure right here, buddy. Tag team wrestling. Now, this thing is atrocious, apparently, according to every reviewer out there. But I give them props for being different. You know what? The wrestling game descriptions are going to be in the bottom. So, plain and simple. Go check out Tag Team. Even Joe Sixpack USA. We did a video, which is going to be in the description, where I sat him down and I was like, listen, you tell me what you think of these wrestling games on these older systems. And he's right with me on Tag Team. He says he liked that one better than the WWF one. Yeah, actually, he likes it better than WWF Royal Rumble now on Sega, because I got that one obviously too, and he was a little more confused with the Royal Rumble. But, yeah, so, those are good games. So that's a guilty pleasure. But see, so I've been playing wrestling games since the Nintendo days. And, when I got into the PlayStation days, they had the, wrestling games. I think it was called Raw and Raw is War. Those games. And those were like Mortal Kombat style button combinations to pull off moves. If you wanted to do a move, you would do like forward, down, forward, X or whatever to pull off a slam, right? Or, whatever. So it was that type of situations. And then Smackdown came along, and that series solidified how wrestling games should be. And man, I've been playing Smackdown series since the beginning. And I've had all but 2 or 3 Smackdown games. So I've had every single one of them. And again, you sell games to get games. You trade them in and shit. And so that's what I did. So the only wrestling game I have today is this one on Xbox 360. I do have Xbox One 2K19, which is cool as hell. But this one, a lot of people. This is a lot of people's favorites. SmackDown Raw game, and I don't decline it. It is good. It's very good. I have better memories of, Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown vs. Raw. Forget what year that was. But there's a lot of SmackDown vs. Raw games that I love. So, after a while, it did get to the point where it's like, and this was the game that I was like, okay, so yes, it's kind of set up different, but it's all the same over and over, just different roster type thing. So it was falling into the repeating funk of the way sports games repeat over and over and over and I'm like, you know what? I don't. Every time I have a wrestling game, I create a roster of characters, not just one. Create a roster of characters, and to create a character properly, or the way I like to do it, takes hours, because you got to create the look, okay? And then you create the moveset. Now, the moveset is what takes fucking forever, because you're in a situation, you could pick every move for every situation of its entirety. Then you can create the entrance, and I like creating entrances that have my own music and all this shit. So it takes hours and hours. And when I have a roster of characters, I create, 12, 13, 14 people. I hardly even wrestle with the actual wrestlers because I love my characters, right? I put in the time for them. So it gets to the point where it's like, you know what? New wrestling game. Now I got to start all this over again. Do all this again. Then figure out all the moves and set the guy up the same way. Try to set him up like I did in the previous game. So I just kind of stopped that. I was like, I'm not going to buy these every year from now on. So from this point, from 2011, the next wrestling game I played was 2K19. So I gave it a nice 8-year break, right? So that's kind of my history with this. And yeah, so this was also one of the last games that I got with the Xbox 360. So there we go. And because I do use my own music, there is no music. I took out the music for YouTube. So here we are. This is a nice way to start off how-tos, right? Like it boom, there. I just did that, so I'm going to taunt, okay? Just so you kind of go through moves. You can get into any, like I don't have to do this, I can do this. Okay, so now let's stand on the apron. So I tap the, oops. I do this. Nope. Tap on the apron. It's not working. Come on now. I'm tapping A. Alright, so that's not working. So here, we'll just strike them. Boom, boom. Now, there's a whole list, and you can, I think you get an achievement for going through every move. So I'm going to hold this button. Bam! There we go. Now I can lift this guy. Boom. You know what? This is scaring me because I'm sure I did all this. So you could set. You could be like, okay, I don't want to be John Cena in the tutorial phase of this. So you can change the character. You can put your character in there that you created as this guy. And then you can just work on the moves and shit and see what moves he has and does and all that. So it's very in-depth. And no matter what match you do, even in the play one-on-one right here, boom, it affects your universe. So the universe is really neat because you can set up the shows however you want. And whatever goes, goes. And then it affects how the next week goes. And then you can change that if you don't like the way it's affecting. Everything evolves around the universe. It's really, really cool. So I should be able to edit a superstar. And I'll be mad if I can't. Because I had trouble with this before. Okay, Terry Simmons. This is a character I created called the Hooligan. I created the Hooligan back in the very first Smackdown game. And I've kept his look fairly similar, even though his original mask is no longer available. This is the guy that I created. His name is the Hooligan. And I created the Hooligan because I'm a big Kiss fan. And the Hooligan, they have a song called The Hooligan. I'm a hooligan, won't go to school again. No, no, no. Well, it's a cool song. And the reason I got the Xbox 360, because I was a PlayStation guy, the reason I got the Xbox 360 was because my friend was like, dude, you can create your own entrance and use your own music. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sold. If this is true, I got to do that. So I always wanted the Hooligan to have his own music as Kiss's Hooligan song from like 70 something. So I've had the Hooligan in every Smackdown game since the first Smackdown in like 2000 or 99 or whatever the fucking year it was. About back on the PlayStation 1. So let's do one now. Unfortunately, obviously, because we're in the YouTube world right now, I'm not going to be able to play the song, right? The entrance music. I have all the songs. Menu. The song sounds are you're not going to hear it. I turned all that shit off. Oh, it's supposed to be off. Hold on a second. I don't like that. I'm hearing song. I think I'm hearing a song. Let me turn this off. I might have turned it back on because I was playing it a little bit, setting it up and everything. So here we go. Boom. Let me find my WWE goes to practice arena. Options. Here we go. Gameplay. Match control. Where do superstar management? You can, if you don't like where certain wrestlers are, like if I want Alicia Fox on Smackdown or the show that you can create your own show. So I had ECW in here too, if I'm not mistaken. Like I created ECW at one point. So where's my options? Yeah, let's go back to the title screen because I want to see where. I want to make sure the music is off. Sorry about this. I know I want to get into a fight. Okay, so this is the extreme beginning. Okay, no. Universe. It should be under my Xbox. Or my WWE. Okay, it's not under Superstar. It should be, I mean, my God, under options. You would think so, right? Match creator. Visual. This is... What the fuck? I'm positive I changed it. Control type. Target settings. It should be... Fuck. Okay, here we go. I think... No left or... No shoulder buttons. Oh, here it is. Sound options. Jeez. Okay, yeah. Oops, motherfucker. So, cinematics volume, voice volume, sound effects volume, and off. Okay. So, we should be good now. Let me turn this back on. Boom. All right. So, even if I go into play, it affects the universe. So I'll show you the universe. The universe is not just, for example, here's the road to WrestleMania. Boom. You have to pick a character. You got to pick one of these characters, and you play through the storyline for these five scenarios. Okay, you play through a whole storyline. You unlock stuff. Now, there's certain things you can change in the storyline once you get in there. You know, like you can choose this or that or whatever, and then you get to the end. Now, this has nothing to do with the universe. Everything else in the game involves the universe, even though it's not under universe. You'll see what I mean here. See, boom. Now, for example... The last time I played this, I wonder if I can go backwards with the schedule. Yes, March. No, I can't. Why can't I go back? I can go forward, but not back. Okay, so I played... so once I created the Hooligan, I played a match, a one-on-one match, just under the exhibition here, right? I went here, under one-on-one, and I played an exhibition match, right? And then it sent me to basically this. Oh, see here it says I lost my my first match against David Hart. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But all the other stuff, that match affected the universe. It's like, wait a minute, that was just an exhibition, had nothing to do with this, but everything matters, which is really cool because if you wipe out any of these guys and put in your own team and shit, now they have to actually defend all this shit. So it's awesome. I love how that works. So here we go. We're going to what day was that? So we're just going to go right here. Boom. Let's see. I forget how. Oh, simulate everything else. Because I've already done that. So I'm going to simulate that. And I'm going to simulate that. And I'm going to simulate that. And we are advancing to the next one. Yes. Next event. Now my guy is Raw. So unless... Now, I can go into this match, for example. Let's try something. I could probably... there's a way to pick if I'm going to do a run-in or not. But let's go right into a fight. Okay, so you see I'm Superstars HD. Well, let's just simulate. Let's go right to the... next Raw. Yes. Oops. Okay, none of my characters are in this. I've only got one character, so boom, boom, boom. Okay, so Hooligan. Where's the Hooligan? The Hooligan is not in here. So this is the #1 contender match. Okay, so I'm going to pick myself. I'm going to be... I'll be this guy. I'll be the first one to come out. Okay? Boom. Now, I don't have to pick Ted DiBiase. I can pick myself. And my character is the only one in there, so that's created. That's way down there on the left. Boom, on the left. There he is. Okay. So I've just inserted myself, or the Hooligan, into the match. A #1 contender match. Okay, so it's now a normal match. Which is fine. Now, I can select the arena. This is really cool. I actually unlocked... This arena right here is us in, like, Iraq or Pakistan or Saudi Arabia or wherever the fuck we go. And this is a really cool stadium. It's outdoors. There's military all around. Everybody's in the... yeah, it's cool. I could show you the entrance that I created, but you're not going to hear the music. But imagine the Hooligan by Kiss playing. Oops. Oh, here we go. Play. So this is a triple threat match. This is going to be a pain in the ass, I feel like. Oh, no entrances. What the hell? Okay, so no entrance. I mean, you see everybody's got different colored, like... Oh, my God. Double team move. Nice. And you are going to go down. My guy was looking the other way. Shit. It's a perfect head scissors. He's got him. Alright, so B is motherfucker. He's looking at the wrong guy.
That'll do some damage. Uh-oh, a grazing shot there.
Look at this.
Morrison's in trouble. Oh, and he lands that one right to the head. This could be huge. no disqualification match. Again, these men can do anything they want.
Double team.
A vicious elbow drop delivered with a lot of force. Watch it. And Morrison quickly counters it. Oh, mama. Ah. Ooh, that did it. Oh, and this one's spilling out of the ring.
Okay. Now I'm getting some space.
I don't know if he got all of that one, but he got enough. Ooh. Oh, he's been knocked to the floor.
So I try to separate the... Oh, motherfucker.
And the assault continues on the injured torso.
In a sense, I like the...
Can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so many.
I like the auto look, but here's the problem. You know, when I'm working on one guy and the other guy steps up, then I look at him and it's like, no, I just slung this idiot into the fucking ropes, and now I'm looking at you. That don't make no sense. You know. See, and he's whacking me, so yeah. What the hell? Kick him! Sheesh. Seriously? I couldn't kick him from his feet. I wanted to see a finisher so bad. Look at that. Did you see that? I had to go all the way around. And the ref counted, so he's supposedly has a #1 contender match going on. But everything affects the universe. Now watch, I think. Oops, they're saving. See, match #1. Okay, cool. So that's cool. I've always played these wrestling games. These ones, the Smackdown series is some of my favorite wrestling games ever. And I gotta, I think 2K19, because I hadn't played any of the games up to that point from 11 to 19. When I played 19, I was impressed with it. I was like, "Oh, hey, cool! Different things, different company." Because THQ and Yokes kind of dropped the ball and they lost the rights and all that other shit. So, but 2K was struggling, and I guess 2K hit it out of the park. And then 2K20, we all know what a disaster that was, supposedly. But I was like, well, I got 19, so I wasn't going to get 20, no matter how new it was or how fresh it was, So, because I don't buy games, the same game back to back anymore, for the most part. But, so there was no way I was going to buy 19 and then 20, so it's going to be a few years before I consider another wrestling game. But so Smackdown series especially, yeah, this one's pretty dope. If it was a one-on-one, I would have done a special and a finisher, but I'm not going to worry about it. So yeah, it's dope. Smackdown games. I don't think there was a bad one. I don't recall a bad one. I had about 8 of them. I had almost all of them. I had almost all of them except for like two of them. So, can't go wrong. Smackdown, pick it up. Adios, amigos.